how you doing?
Good, how about you?
Give me your message.
I think the debate was weak and stupid. I don't think the politicians that they showed us talked about our issues. I think they talked about their issues. I think throwing third parties in there like Jill Stein would have made a big difference. She came out to the college and talked on Thursday, and I really liked her message. She talked about how we're about to bail out the banks again with taxpayer dollars. Instead of bailing out the banks this time, she suggested bailing out the students and giving them interest-free loans or even free higher education. And her new Green Deal plan really seems to make sense as far as creating jobs. We've been relying on corporations and businesses to create jobs for the last 10 years, and they're scared to hire people, and rightly so. She, suggests doing the FDR thing and actually giving people jobs directly.
It's the second Bill of Rights.
Right, and through that immediately stimulating the economy instead of waiting on trickle-down economics to work, because it's not working. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked in the past. It's not going to work now. So once people actually have money to start spending, then corporations can feel safe hiring people again, and then put the power back into people.
You're absolutely right. Thank you very much, Tara. Janine, you told me you had a quote that you wanted to tell me about Lawrence O'Donnell.
Well, there's a lot of people a lot of pundits out there who are claiming that Mitt Romney won the debate and he came off better. But I think it's important to reserve judgment, and let's just see, the polls don't indicate that Mitt Romney won the debate, and I think we'll see on election day who truly won the debate.
Thank you very much, Janine. Hey, Kev, let me have it.
Hey, for those of you that are bummed out there about Obama's performance in the debate, it's the first quarter. First quarter's over. We still got 3 more debates to go. The end of the game is election day. All that matters is who wins the election, and Romney's not going to win the election. Democrats and middle-of-the-road people and progressives are not changing their votes to Romney. Why would we want our kids who are between 20 and 26 years old, why would we want their health insurance to be taken away? Why would we want pre-existing conditions to be coverage to be taken away? Why would we want preventive coverage and services from Obamacare to be taken away? Why would we want millions of people who are uninsured right now that will be covered come this January? Why would we want those people not to be covered? The election's not over. Election day will give us the true score on who wins, and it's going to be Obama.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Excellent. Professor Davis, I know you have a lot to say. Let me hear it.
I said we have weathered the storm, man. Romney hit the Chief with his best punch, and Chief is still standing. He's going to come out and score TKO in the next couple of debates. But really, guys, I want to predict that Joe Biden's going to step up and just going to kind of school him, and just as he did on gay marriage, and is going to lead the way here and really come out and be aggressive and set the tone. And then the unemployment rate coming down below 8%, that's huge too. That sets a whole different tone for the campaign. And I think it takes some of the luster off of Romney's ostensible great debate performance. One other thought is just how important it is for those of us in Occupy to keep the pressure on, because Obama really didn't speak to our kind of issues the way he should have in that debate. He would have been a whole lot sharper and a whole lot more effective had he done so. Had he talked about income inequality, and had he talked about the greed of the elite. And we're going to hopefully hear some of that in the next couple of encounters. We need to be out here again and let him know that there's a certain base of the party that he needs to be conscious of, and he'll be a lot better candidate.
Hello, Stephanie. Tell me something, the message of the week.
The message of the week is, of course, the debate occurred, and while most people aren't going to be entirely happy with how Obama performed, if you're Democrat, if you're left of center, the next day the jobs number came out and it went below 8%. So if you're looking at what's going to win this election, look at that number and not at the debate.
George, give me your impression in 30 seconds of the debate.
I thought the debate was good. I was with a crowd that we thought Obama had won the debate despite all the popular opinion. As far as I'm concerned, the way Romney dominated and took over the commentator and everything else, just that lost the debate for him as far as I'm concerned. He didn't have the manners, shows what kind of aggressive behavior he's going to have if he's the president and his attitudes. It's my way or the byway. So that's how I look at the debate.
Thank you very much, George. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Tobias Eugene.
Hey, Tobias. We've been talking a whole lot about the middle class, and you told me something that I think we really need to think about. Let me have it.
Well, I believe that with this country, when you have, companies like, for instance, I used to work on the docks. You have companies that are profiting billions of dollars off the industrial system, and you exploit the immigrants that come into this country based on NAFTA. But without the working class, your company is not going to be successful to its fullest potential. But when it comes to exploiting people, where they have to work 100 hours in a week, and they're left with nothing. After 60 hours, everything else goes to taxes. And all your candidates want to speak about is a middle class. Is the middle class of this country. Well, how about our lower class? That's 50% of this country. They're exploited. They're undereducated. They live in ghettos. Education's a big problem with it, because with the education system, all they're smart enough is to run machines and barely get by with paperwork. So I see that if we don't stand up for the lower class and treat them as the same as us,
they'll never make it into the middle class.
They'll never make it in the middle class. The middle class is deteriorating.
Sir, what's your name?
My name is Herman Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, tell me what's on your mind.
We need to keep on showing and putting pressure on these corporations, on our government, and our leaders until we win back our rights as American citizens. And when we do that, we will indeed have a free country here in America.
I just want to make one statement. It is true here. We all have jobs. So we are doing our civic duty.
Right. And I have a job, and believe it or not, that's a common misconception of occupiers, is that a lot of people think occupiers are people that are low class, that have no jobs, they're just wanting their government handout. That is not what the Occupy movement is about. Right. The Occupy movement is about securing freedom, securing liberty, securing American rights that have been taken away slowly by our government. And we have gone to the point where we are now fed up. We want to show that corporations and government need to respect individual freedoms and individual liberties.